I better stay to watch the whole video. I be clicking and shit off of it. Stay to watch the whole fucking video. It's not an order. But YouTube, we are back with another banger. Today we're gonna be watching Cop realizes that victim is actually the killer. Well, I guess we got a lot off that damn title. But before we get into the video, go hit that like button, also smash that subscribe button on the TG channels. And let's get started to the video though. No wasting time.
This is not my wife. It's a mess. Oh my God. There's blood like everywhere. And there's a man laying slumped over. Someone's inside the vehicle. I think somebody's dead in here. There was a girl and a guy. And my husband is chasing them down.
The chase ended with the fleeing woman seated in an interrogation room, reenacting the chilling final moments of a man she'd abandoned to die just hours earlier.
I heard pow. I felt sprinkles.
What was that?
Passengers, my God. Head was leaking blood. I'm in shock.
Why the fuck are we looking at a dead body? Why? Like, I know we don't see it, but like, it's just weird just seeing that in a YouTube video.
It seemed like an open and shut case until detectives uncovered a disturbing truth. Nothing was as it seemed.
Who's the other nigga
The
that just
suspect
ran out?
might not be as guilty, and the victim not so innocent after all.
She's going to be involved in our investigation as a suspect, or she's going to be involved as a witness.
And we're in trouble.
See, the only reason why you're in trouble right now is because you're not being truthful.
Why the fuck they got that ugly ass voice filter
This
on?
is not my wife. Hi.
Who is that nigga, bro?
Wrecked, and then everybody got out and ran. There was a girl and a guy. And
Yo,
my
women
husband
can't
is
run for
chasing
shit.
them.
Yo, like, imagine running for your fucking life, bro. And this is how
Got
you're running.
out and ran. There was a girl and a guy. And my husband is chasing them down.
On July 20th, 2022, urgent 911 calls flooded in from Government Street in Mobile, Alabama.
Oh my God.
A car had crashed. Two people jumped out and ran. No one knew who they were or why they fled. Neighbors who witnessed this were too scared to approach. It wasn't until later that they learned the horrifying truth. What was inside the car was exactly what they'd feared.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
I'm at the intersection of Conti and Dearborn. I'm tracking a person that looks like he stole a car and left it unattended on Government Street.
Why do you think
Got a stole it. They spun it around in the street and they both went running. It's wide open in the street.
Are you in the car or foot?
I'm on foot. He is now at McDonald's.
Okay, hang on, stay with me.
Nigga just was in a car with a murder victim, and the nigga's now in McDonald's just chilling. What
By
the
the next
fuck?
call, residents knew exactly why the
I'd be
strange
halfway
man
to
and the
fucking
woman had
Puerto
run.
Rico, gang.
It was not just the
I wouldn't
vehicle
be
that
in
they
the
left
United
behind,
States at this point.
but something
I'm
far
gone.
more sinister.
What type of vehicle is it? It's a white Nissan Sentra. It's a mess. Oh my God. There's blood like everywhere. And there's a man laying slumped over. Someone's inside the vehicle? I think somebody's dead in here. Oh my God.
Within 15 minutes, the street was flooded with homicide detectives trying to make sense of the scene,
I thought that
led by
that was
Detective
a man at first because of the voice thing, and it's like, oh my God.
Glenn, an experienced homicide
I can't
expert.
take anything serious.
In the
Okay,
car,
now.
the passenger seat held the body of a man who had been recently killed.
What's up?
Yeah, I better stay to watch the whole video. Yeah, I be clicking and shit off of it. Stay to watch the whole freaking video. It's not an order. I'm not bossing you around. Chill.
Male deceased inside the vehicle in the passenger seat. Shot to the head.
Have we identified this guy?
Your victim's name is Tavoris Xavier Sherrills.
The investigators immediately
Take a look
identified the
at this.
36-year-old victim,
Goddamn.
giving a head start on the case. Next, they found some spent bullets in the car.
He was in the passenger seat right here. Gunshot is through and through from the back to the front.
There's a gun on the front passenger floorboard. Taurus 9mm.
it would have probably been a victim.
I'm calling it right now. The nigga shot himself. The nigga was doing some dumb shit and shot himself. I'm calling that shit right now.
Doesn't look like it's been fired.
I got one bullet.
Fired bullet. Damaged bullet. Yeah.
The investigators examined the car and were confident that the shooter was inside the vehicle at the back seat and took a clean shot. What they found next was clear proof of an unplanned, clumsy murder. 3 smartphones were left behind, leading detectives to believe that one belonged to the victim, while the other 2 likely belonged to the individuals who fled the car.
How do you
Definitely
leave your
leaves me-
phone? That's like the first thing I'm grabbing. Personally, I'm running back for my phone.
To believe the shooter was inside the vehicle.
The officer says that fire picked up the large phone from the back seat.
big
so
ass
it's
Android.
possibly a suspect's phone.
It was a very good start to bring Tavoris' killers to justice. They'd abandoned a stolen vehicle, reported missing 2 years earlier, and carelessly left behind the gunman's phone in the back seat. Investigators believed this would be over before it even began, but they were going to be incredibly wrong.
The phone on the hood that has blood on it came from the victim's lap, so it's possibly the victim's.
Hard stolen.
Investigators brought back the 911 callers to get the lead on where the suspects had run.
Hey, sir, how you doing? Hey, can we talk in my car?
There's an actual footage of the investigation.
Well,
Oh
I
shit, it
apologize
is.
that we're meeting under these circumstances.
Damn.
But,
Loki, it actually
Just tell
is.
me what you heard and saw.
We're sitting there, and all of a sudden you heard a crash. I looked up, you could see the car in reverse backing up into the Social Security area.
All right. Did you hear anything like gunshots?
No, none of us.
Okay.
And at that point, saw 2 people come out of the car.
Did you see where the guy came from out of the car?
I couldn't tell. When I saw him, the male was ahead of the female. He was thin, black male. He had like cargo pants.
Oh damn.
He had a white sleeveless undershirt. And he had like a gray bucket hat.
Yeah, I know what a bucket hat is. And how tall you think?
I'm going to say about 5'10".
Did you see his face when he was running at all?
No, sir. But I never got close enough to see his face.
Okay.
The lady, she was following him. She was like female. And she had a yellow shirt on.
Okay.
She was short. She was probably 5'2". He got.
They gotta be crackheads.
to
I'm not gonna let
contact.
you,
He
bro.
turned left. She
Like the
got
way she running,
contact,
gang, there's no way that's a
right,
sober
and I
person,
decided
bro.
to track
I'm
him
not gonna lie.
rather than her. He
Take
went
that
up
back.
to kind of behind
There's no way she's a sober
bushes
person.
here, and he turned and he saw me. That's what I call
The suspect noticed someone chasing him and disappeared around the nearby McDonald's. That's where the investigators began their search for the killer duo, but they were yet to learn they knew nothing about the case or the people they were looking for.
tracking him.
I mean,
to
it's not much from that damn video.
Inside
Just a
where the
5'10" black
drive-thru
male.
is.
That's like
He got
what,
him behind those
90%?
bushes. That's where I lost him.
Despite the initial confidence, investigators
you
couldn't
can't
track
really
down
even
either
tell
of the
the
suspects.
actual height. The nigga be like 5'10", 6 foot. That's like a good 5'9" and 6'1". I'd say, bro. That's like, you know what I'm saying? That's like half the black man population. Then the woman, just a fucking crackhead. He probably a
Even
crackhead
after
too.
8 hours had passed since the
He looks
escape,
stupid as hell.
they'd swept the entire nearby area, including McDonald's, and were not leaving any stone unturned. But the day was about to go out, and so were their leads.
I mean, were
With
they
few
really just
options
gonna
left,
be
they
there?
decided to scan McDonald's dumpster for weapons that might have been ditched. This could have been their last shot of the day.
Nothing. The dude saw him running into these bushes by the drive-thru.
He definitely was a crackhead. There's no way he decided to hide there.
However, back near the site where the car was wrecked, they came across a building that would help them get what they desperately sought.
You got 2 cameras right there.
The homicide happened right in front of the Social Security office. We got some good video cameras here.
Yeah, I'm really interested in seeing what that one's going to show us looking that way.
Let's do it.
As they laid their hands over the surveillance footage, they didn't know that
Who do
in
y'all think
moments
did it?
they'd be
Write in the comments who y'all think did it. I ain't gonna hold you. But I can see him accidentally killing himself.
directly looking at the suspects.
So he got out of the rear seat while it was still moving.
Yeah. Knee length shorts.
That
And he's
doesn't
wearing
tell
a gray
shit.
bucket
Unless
hat.
you find him in the same
The gun's
fit.
in his right hand. So
Oh.
we know he's the shooter.
What they assumed to be the killer duo was exactly in the outfits that were described by the witnesses, but it was at this moment they knew who was in the back seat and actually fired the shot.
He's holding that gun and he's holding his pants up with his left.
They had faces.
Wait.
Now it was just a matter of digging up the names and finding who they were.
Put all that together and pretty much surmised that there was some type of altercation in the car and the victim gets shot, and got some pretty good pictures of the people that were involved. And now we got to figure out
like
who
horrible fucking
and the why this happened.
Just then, a woman arrived wanting to speak with investigators. She was Tavoris's girlfriend, and she'd share a detail that later in the case would lead to a twist no one saw yet.
Hey.
Hey.
I'm Detective Barton. What's your boyfriend's name?
Tavares.
Okay. Let me talk to you over in her car, if you don't mind. And your name is?
Letitia.
How long have you known him?
Well, we've been together 10 years.
Damn.
Yeah,
At that point, they leaving. They know. Ooh.
When was the last time you talked to him?
Damn.
At work, so when he dropped me off.
When was that?
But I've been calling him since 7 because he supposed to brought me something to eat and he haven't been answering the phone.
How'd you know to show up here?
Somebody called me and told me I heard he was dead.
Well, Tavares is deceased.
But,
I'm so sorry that we're talking like this.
so who car he was driving?
That's a good question.
First off, who the fuck just drops the news on somebody like that? That's like green as fuck. Like, I'm like thinking about this shit. Like, damn, bro. He's going, oh yeah, he did. Damn. Second off, where's her reaction, folks? I'm gonna be in the car. I'm in that car like dying of fucking crying and shit. There's no way.
What kind of car does he drive?
Well, he was driving my sister on Tahoe.
A Tahoe? What color is that?
Like a bluish cream.
Do you know him to be in a white four-door vehicle ever?
No, I never seen that car before.
You've been with him for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Does he do any sort of drugs?
He'll pop a pill or something.
Okay.
Yo, you said that like it was nothing.
Does he have a gun?
A Taurus.
We collected a Taurus.
You did?
Mm-hmm. Give me his phone number if you don't mind.
251.
Damn.
Do you have his passcode?
Mm-hmm.
The passcode she provided would later unlock a secret about the victim and bring their biggest shock yet.
I need to go talk to his mom.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I need to tell her. What's his mom's name?
Evelyn.
Damn.
Okay.
I don't want to hear that.
I'm going to keep you in the loop. And
don't want to hear that audio.
Thank you.
Okay.
With the phone unlocked, but questions still piling up, investigators turned to the one person who knew Tavoris better than anyone, his mother.
From talking to the girlfriend, he basically ditched the car that he was driving in when he dropped his girl off at 2 o'clock and got in this four-door white vehicle for some reason.
Hey. Come on inside.
Okay.
When I found out, I was asleep because my husband was in the hospital and he had a stroke. And my daughter came in and she said, Tavares is dead. I said, I got to be dreaming. And I got up out the bed and the detective confirmed the nightmare that, he was dead. It's just no feeling that you could describe a child. It's taken away from you. It's just like somebody just stabbed you in your heart.
Tavoris's father was recovering from a stroke. His mother was holding the family together. They were already on edge. But one question that haunted everyone was what made Tavoris suddenly switch cars to the one he'd been found dead in.
That's not even a
wasn't
crazy question. You could switch cars for anything. You could switch cars to go hang out with your friend in the car. Nigga, like him switching cars is like, that's like, bro, it could be for any fucking reason. Smoke, weed, fucking anything, bro.
Made no sense. Had he gotten in willingly, or was he being abducted? Whatever the reason,
Yeah, he has
one
a
thing
gun
was
and
clear.
he's in the fucking
He didn't end up
passenger
there by
seat, bro.
accident. And somewhere inside his phone was the answer.
This is victim's phone, because look how bloody it is.
How do you get kidnapped
So he
with a gun on
says
you?
yesterday at 5 in the morning, I'm messed up. He gonna move early in the morning. He ain't gonna answer if he see me messed up. Still ain't come out. I'm laying on him though. That kind of sounds like he's trying to make a lick on somebody.
I know. It looks like there's a plot to rob somebody in the victim's phone.
Okay, so then you got this dude today at 3:18, you on your way.
Sounds like he was supposed to go meet that guy. He had a missed call at 6:01 from that number. And he called them and spoke for 12 seconds.
That could be, meet me over here. That's a number we could put in.
In a shocking twist, investigators found a criminal plan on Tavoris's phone. He wasn't the target. He was planning to hurt someone else that day. But somewhere along the way, something went wrong, and he ended up being killed. That discovery changed everything they thought they knew about his murder. Just an hour before the shooting, Tavoris was texting someone, and the messages hinted at something calculated and deadly. Now, with one man fleeing the scene and a phone trail leading the way, one thing was crystal clear. The truth was far darker than anyone imagined.
Comes back to a guy by the name of Nelvin McNeil. We believe he's going to be the other male that was in the car, but we want to find this female first. Since she was in the car when the shooting happened, she should be able to identify the shooter.
I'm actually more concerned about the two other phones. One being the suspect's phone, I believe, since it was found in the rear seat of the vehicle. But also, we have another phone, and we believe that might belong to the female driver. So we're getting the search warrant.
The police decided to find the woman first. Their next lead was the second phone found at the scene, hoping it would point them to her identity.
I got a search warrant to actually look into the phone that was collected. This came from the back seat. That's probably the suspect's phone.
You in it?
No, I don't have a passcode.
How about the other phone, GB?
Oh, sweet. This is unlocked.
Oh, this is her, dude.
So that's the chick's phone for sure.
This phone called that number at 3:12 p.m.
And it's got the name and then the email account associated with the device.
All right, well, let's see.
The male suspect's phone was still locked and sent for data recovery. But the woman's phone was unlocked, and it revealed something strange. She had called Tavoris just hours before the shooting. At the same time, Tavoris had been texting someone else. Something was brewing between the three, and whatever it was, it had turned lethal.
She's about 40. She kind of fits the build. That address is probably where we go, Julius.
We're gonna go knock on the door.
Let's do it. Hopefully, this girl's there, and
Turn the
she's like,
sirens off,
shoot,
man.
I've been waiting for you, and wanted to explain her side of it. And who knows, maybe the suspect will be there too, but it's in her best interest for sure to talk about it. Yep.
Police arrived, hoping to find the woman and maybe even the male suspect.
Mobile police! Hey!
But when the door opened, neither was there. Instead, two unfamiliar faces greeted them.
Probably parents.
Do you know a...
Yeah, that's my mom. You don't stay here. Is something wrong?
No, we just need to talk to her. Come out for a second.
It turned out that the two at the door were the suspect's own daughter and grandmother. They were about to learn that the woman they loved was now at the center of a murder investigation.
All right, so here's the deal. You guys know what happened yesterday?
No.
A man was killed, and the people that left the car that were witnesses to the man's murder, one of them is your daughter. So where does she stay right now?
That I don't know.
When was the last time you saw her?
2 weeks ago, she was dead in the front yard. Called 911. Yeah, let's say she was gone. So then they stuck her with a needle. Her body jumped up. She ain't over there.
You need to find her as quickly as we can.
Somebody gonna kill her?
We need to find her because either she's going to be involved in our investigation as a suspect or she's going to be involved as a witness. So where can we go to start looking for her?
No. We don't know she. I want to put in the rehab.
All right, I'm going to give you my card.
Keep y'all find her. We need to talk.
Yeah. Reach out to her. Tell her the detectives know if you don't come talk to them, it's going to be a problem.
Okay, thank you.
We appreciate it.
Now that they had the identity of the driver and had spoken to the female suspect's family, police hoped that they'd laid the setup and...
Over, she just said she's on King Street right now.
You're going over to meet her right now?
I'm just going on Clean Street to see, because I don't know if I find her or not. Like, I don't know.
If you find her, stay with her and call us. We're going to also go over that way, all right? So we can talk.
All right.
All right.
As parents, I feel like this is the best. If your child murders somebody, bro, unless it was willfully, I'm not saying she murdered, I'm talking about just generally. Like, as a parent, if your kid kills somebody and it was not like self-defense or like morally right, even then morally right is like, we don't deserve to take life. So I feel like either you step back or yeah, turn their ass in, folks. I don't know. I be seeing too many parents let the kid get away with murder. Like, no, your child need to go to jail, fuck nigga.
All right, GB, we're gonna be in the area of Clinton Street in just a moment.
She better record a video. 15-year-old murder, bro. We'll see that.
She said yes. That's therefore, so.
Where you want to move in on it?
All right, careful.
We're about to pull up on it.
Oh, yeah, that's her.
There she was, and the police finally found her.
Why the
It
fuck
felt
she
like
got
they
her
were
car
one
like
step away
that?
from the truth. She would reveal a story they did not expect. She agreed to talk.
I'm trying to
and
hear
for
the
a moment,
story,
it
bro.
seemed like
Come
everything
on.
was about to come together.
You can come sit in my front seat.
I'm trying to hear the story. I'm not gonna lie.
Hopefully she's going to tell us the whole story and tell us the players, and then we'll go from there.
Niggas talking about this like it's a game, bro.
All right,
Just
you got
lock
some
in, bro.
food? All right, so
Oh, yeah.
tell me
Hold
about
on.
what happened yesterday
Hold
from the
on.
beginning. All
Look.
right, you got some food?
Hey, police gave me some checkers. Oh my god, snitch on every one of you niggas. I'm be real with you, bro. I'm snitch on every one of you niggas for some checkers, bro. Yeah. Some niggas might hate. That shit good as fuck, bro. Oh my god, I love that shit.
All right, so tell me about what happened yesterday from the
That
beginning.
niggas getting snitched on.
So I just want to get what happened.
The guy on the passenger side, I met him at the store.
She claims she met Tavoris just the afternoon before he was found shot. She was making her way out clean, but she would be caught in her own lie.
He's like, you need a ride? I told him, I need a ride and get back from me.
You don't know him, though?
Did you know?
Never met him.
Never met him. And he was like, can you drive? And I was like, yeah, I can drive.
And obviously, if you're driving now, he's giving you directions.
Sure.
So where's he telling you to go?
She claims she met Tavoris that very day and ran to the bar after the shooting. It was strange that she called him hours before his death.
I'm looking in the mirror. I'm wiping my saval on this side or whatever. And at this point, I'm deliberating in my mind because I know I need to talk to you. I need to talk to somebody.
So now, detectives cut to the chase, confronting her with the one thing that exposed the lie.
So I have a couple questions, okay? I have your phone, right?
Me?
And so I can positively say that you're not telling me the entire truth. You understand? Because there's no way that you could have just met him yesterday.
When I got in the car, I said, you look just like the guy that, I had met a few days ago.
So is he the guy you met a few days ago?
What?
Okay.
Man, what type of fucking... What type of stupid ass lie is that, bro? This shit just... Oh my god.
So you have met him
That was the
before.
worst lie I've ever heard in my entire life.
Did you get his phone number?
Didn't even make
Okay.
fucking sense.
You've got to tell us the real truth about this
This
situation.
shit pissed me the fuck off,
that, you know,
bro.
what we're
Lying
talking about.
ass.
Because as soon as you saw the phone come out, you knew that was coming. If you do what you just did to that detective again, I'm going to turn up the volume. And I don't want to do that.
And that call wasn't just a coincidence. It would unravel a chain of events far darker than anyone saw coming.
And we're in trouble. See, the only reason why you're in trouble right now is because you're not being truthful. So just tell us the truth so we can get done.
Like, what if it was a double setup? A setup on both ways? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
The guy that was in the front seat.
Yeah.
He deals into the drugs. Of course, I had different issues with myself. I called him.
She finally admitted that she had called Tavoris that afternoon to buy $20 worth of cocaine. And just like that, Her story started to crack, but the interrogator would soon find out that this was only one of the unfortunate details of the day.
A couple of hours later.
And this is like after 2 weeks after they had to call the ambulance because she was dying, bro. By the way, like that's fucking crazy. What the fuck is she doing?
Okay. So when you meet him, he's in a truck, correct?
Yes. He went to drop the truck off, got out the truck into the white car. The other guy.
She said they picked up the man not long after the same man from the footage. He slid into the back seat right behind Tavoris.
When you guys get in the white car, are you driving?
I was driving.
What happens from there?
The passenger side going to get a room at the budget living. And he was sitting on the back. You see the truck right there. His room is parked right in front of the truck.
She said they stopped in front of a hotel
His room is
and that the
parked
man
right in
inside
front of
had
the
stolen
truck.
money from Tavoris. The guy in the back seat, he was supposed to help Tavoris confront him. But as the pieces started falling into place, it became clear Tavoris had...
Wait.
Right in front of the truck.
She said they stopped in front of a hotel and that the man inside had stolen money from Tavoris. The guy in the back seat, he was supposed to help Tavoris confront him. But as the pieces started falling into place, it became clear Tavoris had gotten himself into something serious.
Oh, shit.
And according to the suspect, backing out wasn't part of the deal. There was a price to pay.
The guy in the backseat supposed to take care of the business for him.
How much money was talked about and discussed for him to do whatever he wanted him to do?
A couple hundred or something. A couple hundred and some drugs. Part of the reason why we're still apart at the Hardys for so long is because the guy in the front seat, I think he was starting to change his mind. It's like he didn't really seem like he would be that type of person. You know, I could kind of tell that he was about to be ready to bag out of it. And the guy in the back seat was just getting more and more angrier. It was like, man, you a punk. You didn't walk you like that. You didn't walk you for a couple $1,000. You didn't just tell me you gonna pay.
Couple down. Yeah, we gotta go get that nigga. Fuck no, couple down.
Right.
Do this.
Yeah.
Right.
Now I feel like you've been
Yeah, we gotta go get that.
I want my money.
Obviously, you know, he's backing out of it. You make that left. What happened?
The guy in the back, he was pissed off at him because he was banging down. And he was like, man, you ain't no money. Man, you a dog.
And then all of a sudden, pop.
Yeah.
How old does the guy in the back seat look to you?
He looked like maybe 45. He got a full mouth of golds, tops and bottoms. I think it's calling it gold mouth.
Gold mouth?
She said the man's name was Goldmouth, and just like that, the story took a darker, more dangerous turn.
So here's what I'm gonna ask you, right?
So how the fuck is the victim the killer? The nigga was backing out and he didn't want to, unless she lying.
What is the deal about Goldmouth? Who is it? What's his name? I feel like you know who Goldmouth is.
I don't know his real name.
But have you ever met this guy? You've been around. Where does he stay? Where have you seen him before?
The way that I have purchased man, gold mouth.
He deals into the drugs too.
Yes, I know pretty much.
Can you take us to his house?
I can take you to his house too.
Okay. Would you remember his face if we had a picture?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Give us a couple minutes, okay?
Eat your food.
Yeah, you gotta eat your food.
Now that food
Now
cold
that
right
they had
now.
the woman's
I gotta
story,
eat my
only
food
one
before we
piece was
talk.
missing.
Fuck no. It's gonna be cold and nasty. Got it.
Goldmouth, the one name that could finally tie it all together or unravel everything.
I'll tell you what, I believe her. The guy in the back seat, Goldmouth, he was upset because Tavares didn't want to go through with it. So she said she can take us to Goldmouth.
Okay, get a turn lane to the right.
She agreed to lead them to his house. After all the waiting, all the guessing, they were finally about to get him.
I see it. Go right around this corner right here. Make a left right here, and here we go. Here it is. That's it.
Did he tell you that he lived there? That he stayed there?
Now the police knew where Goldmouth lived. There was just one thing left, to bring him in to get the answers they'd been chasing from the start.
Comes back to a guy by the name of Nelva McNeil.
All right, so Nelva McNeil. There he is.
And then it all clicked.
I like the nigga.
Goldmouth was the same man Tavoris had texted just hours before his death. Nelva McNeil. With that connection made, police showed the lineup, hoping it would confirm what they already suspected.
So just kind of look at every photo. If you see him, circle the picture. Thank you.
She identified McNeil as the person that committed the homicide.
Let's just put a follow out for him. Any reason to believe we're going to charge her?
No, she didn't commit a crime.
The police chose not to charge her. After
She started
hearing
being
her
a fucking
side,
crackhead.
they saw her not as an accomplice, but as a victim. She was free to go. With the pieces finally aligning, police moved quickly. An arrest warrant for
I
Nelva
want to know
McNeil
why
was
they
officially
tied
issued.
with this, because it don't sound like he's a killer.
Not long after, he was taken into custody.
We'll see what the explanation he gives for his actions. If he does talk to us.
All right, man. I'm Glenn. This is Nick. So, want to talk to you. Obviously, you wouldn't necessarily be in my office on a Sunday night if there wasn't a reason to have a conversation, right? You want to talk to me about the questions I have for you?
Go ahead.
So, Wednesday night, from about noontime, run your day for me. It was only 4 days ago.
Tuesday.
Where were you?
Mississippi.
Mississippi?
Yeah, with my girl and my dad.
So Wednesday, you were in Mississippi all day?
Yes, sir.
You know Tavares? So I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want you to waste my time. So that's outside the Social Security office, all right? Now that's you, and I can prove it's you. All right, so you have an opportunity here, okay, Goldmouth? Now we can go back and forth and debate whether this is you, and we can go back and forth and debate whether at 18:01, that would be 6:01 p.m., you didn't call Tavares from your phone number. Okay.
There you go.
So understand something. I got your phone. I know everything I need to know. So you've got a decision to make right now. You can either continue to sit here and lie to me and tell me that you were in Mississippi, which I can easily prove you were not, okay? Or you can take this one opportunity that you have and explain the situation, because I know a lot of things happen in that moment.
Can I get my life?
Absolutely. You're gonna be charged with murder, all right? Stand up for us.
When confronted with the evidence, Nelva McNeil asked for a lawyer, but by then, police had everything they needed to charge him. In the end, what began as a confusing scene near Government Street unraveled into a tangled story of betrayal, drugs, and deadly decisions. Tavoris was about to victimize someone, but instead, he became a victim himself.
Man,
It's a pretty
killer,
sad
bro.
situation. It looks like these dudes were going to rob some other people. But something told them not to. And Tavares was choosing a different path. He decided not to go through with it. And he got a bullet in the back of the head for it. So it's just a crazy, crazy life to live where, you know, it can be that thin of a margin for you to get to go home to your loved one.
Nelva Goldmouth McNeil was charged with murder. Detectives cracked the
just
case
give
in
him,
just
like,
4 days.
Make
An
sure
incredible
that
feat
nigga don't
considering
come
the
out, bro.
tangle.
No, tell it, man. Yeah, she was just shot. I ain't gonna lie. I did think this at first, but I'm like, she probably just shot, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Girlfriend sound like, yo, what's up with these niggas, bro? Nah, I feel like that's my first stop, but there's no way you watch this whole video after she helped the cops with everything. I feel like she was definitely just a little, you know what I'm saying? Like, what would the word be? A little shocked. Yeah, it's probably the word I'd use. Or yeah, just like this comment said, she might be on drugs, but I'm not gonna assume that. She was on drugs or that type of person. So, hey, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it. Hope y'all having a good day. If you are. Let me know about it in the comments. And with that, deuces.